Robert, you remember at Christmas time when you were playing winter music in the summer, you had a really interesting looking mouthpiece on your instrument. Can you tell me something about that?
Yeah, I'd played on the same mouthpiece for years on my instrument, and I did some research and saved up my money, and then I purchased this. I made an investment, and I've had a great return on investment with this mouthpiece. It's much more comfortable, it's enhanced my sound, and it's enhanced my stamina. And when I think about return on investment, I often think about Matthew 25, where the person who got a great return on the investment was rewarded and complimented.
There's something about getting a return on an investment, isn't there? And I think about self-denial appeal that's coming up and a return on investment made. And I can't help but think of that wonderful story of Mary and Kennedy Mazinga, which we know very well.
Yeah, Kennedy and Mary's story is quite wonderful when we think of the contribution of self-denial appeal funding that has helped them through their ministry and through their development and through their contribution. So I think of Kennedy when we arrived at Chikankata Secondary School. Kennedy was actually the head boy. And I think how self-denial funding had assisted at Chikankata Secondary School. It assisted with resources in the school, it helped with maintenance of the buildings, and also self-denial money also contributed to his spiritual development through the funding of the discipleship or core cadet program that we had at the time.
Mary too has a great story. As a child she contracted polio and she went to the Chikankata Hospital which provided medical treatment for her and ongoing care. And that hospital has a fine heritage of officers from Australia serving there and people generously giving money as an investment into that hospital.
That's right. And we caught up with Mary first again at the training college in Lusaka when we were appointed there. Mary came in as a cadet, and as part of her training she went off to Kanyama Core and Community Development Program. But the great thing was Mary met this tall, handsome, athletic young man who was the recruiting sergeant at the Corps, Kennedy.
And after his training, when he was commissioned, Kennedy and Mary married, and our youngest son was in their wedding party.
Again, the investment of self-denial into that officer training college. Self-denial money helped us with the library, with ministry resources for the cadets. It helped us with some operational funding. It helped us with some maintenance on the buildings. When the cadets left as new officers, of course, the very, very basic furnishings that were given to them to take to their appointment came through self-denial. Since that time, Kennedy and Mary have served all over Zambia as Corps officers, district officers. They've served in community development work, and currently they're responsible for officer training for the Zambia territory. And it's just wonderful because the self-denial funding of many years ago is now contributing sort of return on investment as they train the next generations of leaders for the Salvation Army in Zambia.
We are heading again towards our self-denial appeal. This is such an amazing, generous country. And we would ask again that you give sacrificially and generously to our self-denial appeal. It is a most amazing return on investment.